Our first speaker, Peter Taheb, is revolutionizing pharmaceutical packaging. Peter founded Pilumina in 2020 with a mission to eliminate the plastic waste created by the billions of plastic prescription vials discarded in the US every year with a more suitable and infinitely recyclable aluminum alternative. Peter is also an advisor to startups focused on launching new products and solutions for environmental sustainability. In addition, he has spent over 25 years providing strategy, operations, and technology consulting services and business development for several globally recognized technology leaders in Silicon Valley. Did I start early? So Peter, you do have 10 minutes up here, and I will become a presence behind you. So welcome our first speaker, Peter.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Freddie. I got my timer here. I'll keep it as well. Can you guys hear me now? All right. Thank you, Freddie. Before we get started, I just wanted to thank the National California Recycling Association for inviting me to be with you today. Really with an amazing group of other sustainability leaders and for us to have the opportunity to share with you our story. Before we get started, just wanted to play a quick video to give you an introduction to Pilumina and the problem that we're solving.
The U.S. consumes over 6 billion plastic prescription pill bottles annually, enough to wrap around the Earth 13 times. Shockingly, only 3% of these bottles are recycled, highlighting a failing system. When you toss your plastic pill bottles into the recycling bin, they eventually land at the local waste management facility. Typically, they're not captured by the automated sorting equipment and end up in the trash sent to landfill, posing a threat to both marine and human life. Just because it's recyclable doesn't mean it's recycled. Introducing Pilumina, the first truly sustainable pill bottle. Aluminum pill bottles, when recycled, pass through electromagnetic currents, separating them for collection and sale to downstream providers, where they're melted and cast into solid form. Aluminum is considered a permanent material and has an infinite recycling rate without losing quality. Let's embrace the future of pharmacy. Support a healthier planet by making greener choices, stand out as an eco-conscious business, meet the rising demand for sustainable packaging, and elevate your brand.
Good. Thank you, Todd. Can you go to the presentation, please? Great. Thank you. All right. So who's Pilumina and what are we doing? When we think about some of the disruptive technologies that have come along our way, we view Pilumina as disrupting an industry that really hasn't evolved much in the last several decades. We think about electric vehicles, even within our realm, plastic straws to paper straws, solar power. Pilumina is out to disrupt this industry and help provide an alternative to the plastic prescription bottles to an aluminum alternative. So here in the Bay Area and across California, we're more conscious of our plastic usage and plastic waste. Both myself and my co-founder, Abe Batar, who's here with me today, had the opportunity to work with another company that was really focused on bringing sustainable packaging and alternatives to plastic waste and increasing reuse and recyclability. And it was through that experience where we started to look for other opportunities where we could do something about increasing recyclability and addressing some of the plastic waste that we have here across the country. One of the areas that stood out to me was in the pharmaceutical, vitamins, and supplement industries. If you've ever walked through your local retail pharmacy or a grocery store, You walk through the aisles of hundreds of different products that come in different size bottles, vitamins, over-the-counter medications, you name it, there's just aisles filled with these plastic bags. And then when we started to look at, just kind of how much plastic are in these aisles, we thought for ourselves, well, maybe there's an opportunity here to do something a little bit different. When we started to research the problem, you can look at different research and reports, and all of them have different kind of recycle rates along with them. One thing that stood out was within the healthcare industry, it's a big contributor to our plastic waste. And the problem that we started to zero in on was with the prescription medication bottles. So if you've ever gone to a pharmacy and filled a prescription, you typically walk away with one of these bottles, right? They're in an amberish colored vial, plastic. And what we learned is that over 7 or close to 7 billion of these get filled in the US every year. And unfortunately, it has one of the lowest recycle rates, given the type of plastic, the color and tint and the size makes it very hard to collect and recycle these. And in fact, these have a 3% recycle rate. So that was the problem that we set out to solve, is how do we address this specific problem with an alternative? So our mission and vision is simple. We want to help reduce the plastic waste created by the billions of plastic prescription bottles discarded in the US every year, with an aluminum alternative that's more environmentally friendly and infinitely recyclable. And from a vision perspective, we're committing to disrupting a pharma packaging industry that hasn't evolved in over 50 years, and really join the fight that you all have already joined, to help do something for our communities, and provide a simple switch from the plastic to an aluminum alternative with our vials. So what is being done today? When we started to look at a lot of the large retail pharmacies, grocery stores, health systems, hospitals, you have a lot of well-documented and comprehensive ESG programs. A lot of these organizations are already committing to sustainability. They've already set targets for achieving plastic waste reduction goals, increasing recyclability, and these are published on their website. But when we started to look at, what's happening within the pharmacy setting, we learned that, well, the answer is really not much. So we felt that not only are we doing something about the environment, but we're helping these organizations accelerate their sustainability programs with just bringing in our product into their portfolio of products, and helping accelerate some of the metrics and achieve some of the goals that they're trying to with their waste reduction goals. But interestingly enough, over 1/3 of our pharmacies in the country are independent pharmacies. And so we view this as an opportunity to help them with their own sustainability programs, be a differentiator and have a more sustainability focused brand, and also do something that will positively impact their communities. So a little bit about aluminum. I think a lot of you probably in here are very familiar with aluminum. It's infinitely recyclable. It has an extremely higher recycle rate than plastic, over 20 times the recycle rate of plastic. Aluminum production and the infrastructure has been around for decades, so it's a closed loop life cycle. And over 75% of aluminum ever manufactured in the US is still in use today. A little bit about our product. So we spent a lot of time in R&D to make sure that it is tested and certified to meet the requirements for the USP, the US Pharmacopoeia, to contain pharmaceutical in different forms, solid dose oral forms, pills, capsules, gel caps, and so on. And it is also conforms to FDA regulations as well. We offer a few different sizes. Here's one here today. The most common sizes used by the pharmacies today. We have a few different cap options, and we're really excited to announce that we have just completed our testing and certification for the first ever all metal child resistant cap. So now we have a 100% fully recyclable aluminum solution that we're going to be bringing to market with both the cap and the bottle a little bit later on this year. The other unique part about our product is it offers branding and differentiation opportunities. So we're working with large health systems and national compounding pharmacies that can put their logo, their colors, their branding on our bottles, so that helps them with differentiation and promote their brand as advocates for sustainability in healthcare. So another market force that's helping us here is just this movement towards consumers looking for packaging or even, clothes or products that are more sustainable. So this was a study that was done by the Euromonitor. It's the 2023 Buying Green Report. The key takeaways here, they surveyed 9,000 consumers across 3 continents. The key sentiment is people are looking for products in sustainable packaging. Almost 80% of consumers are looking for products in sustainable packaging. It influences almost 2/3 of their buying decisions. And on the right, what we're also seeing is, over 80% are willing to pay just a little bit more for something that's in sustainable packaging. Now, we are price comparable to plastic, but I think that was another market driver that we zeroed in on. The other part, and a lot of you here in the room are very familiar with this, there's a lot of legislation that's supporting this as well. So here in California, with SB 54 being passed a few years ago, the Plastic Pollution Prevention and Packaging Producer Responsibility Act. On a national level, the EPA with their national strategy to prevent plastic pollution. The UN with their treaty with 175 nations, really focused on the plastic epidemic. And, even locally, we're starting to see states go after corporations that are, having a big impact. So I'm going to have to wrap it up here. That are being held responsible for plastic waste. So in closing, we've had the opportunity to meet with a lot of the sponsors and some of the organizations here today. We really want to continue to work with you all and partner with you and really see how we can all tackle this problem together. And with that in mind, we are very excited to join you all in the fight and to promote health, sustainability and a sustainable future in healthcare. That's our QR code if you want to take a quick pic. It takes you to our website with more information. And with that in mind, I want to thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Not an easy job to be our first speaker. Thank you, Peter. So we do have 5 minutes for burning questions for Peter. And I have a mic runner down here and one up there. Okay, right here. So there's a mic coming up for you.
We are in discussions and we are making progress. Absolutely. Great question. We got lots of hands up. This could go more than 5 minutes, Freddie. 50% of Americans I'm sorry, was the question, would we manufacture in India? About 50% of the generics that are given to the companies come from India, no, not yet. Again, we're focused on the pharmacies today, and then next phase is working with some of the pharmaceutical companies and some of the packagers of those pharmaceuticals. But that'd be a great opportunity for us to explore. Yep, we have thought about that. We are looking how we can incorporate it as a part of our aluminum and a part of our recycling. So that is something we're looking into. I might not have mentioned, we are a fairly new company. We still consider ourselves a startup. We just brought our first products to market last summer, but those are all opportunities that we're definitely exploring. And if anyone has any recommendations or has any direction on how we can potentially get that started, especially with given everybody here in the room, would love to talk to you.
Thank you, Peter. That's it for questions.
Well, please find me during our break. Happy to answer any more questions and also swap contact information. Really appreciate all the questions. And I can tell this has been a lot of good discussion. So find me and let's keep the questions going. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Freddie.
Thank you, Peter. So okay. Oh, yes, forgot we have Zoom going on. So, all my speakers, if you can, after you speak, go to the green room. There's interviewing going on. So Peter, if you would love to get more camera time, I invite you to come to the green room back here.